Hello everyone and welcome back to the Chassis Variant series of myself, Critical Rocket. Here we are with the last of the 70 tonners in MechWarrior Online, and of course we saved the best for last. We have the Warhammer. Returning again with two variants today. The first off is this, the 8M. The 8M was developed in 3069 and utilises some of the newer tech that had come about in the aftermath of the Civil War, or during the Civil War between the FedCom, and it is one of many designs that were created. All of them are of course perfect, but the 8M is one I chose specifically because unlike a lot of other variants that were there, they did have a tendency to do very minor modifications, because of course it's difficult to improve upon perfection. So the best you could do was, say, remove the machine guns and replace them with flamers, or changing the mediums to ER mediums, or that kind of thing. But generally the style of combat was the same for the Warhammer, because once you've already hit on a good thing, you don't need to change it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So the 8M is different enough in my opinion, because it carried a single light Gauss rifle backed up by two ER PPCs, one on each arm, and two ER medium lasers. It struggled a bit with heat, but of course what mech doesn't when it's carrying ER PPCs in MechWarrior Online. It doesn't have a particularly huge number of heat sinks once all the weight is considered, but it does have a hell of a lot of armor protection. You can get this thing all the way up to maximum armor for the Warhammer, so it can take a beating. And as anyone who's probably run, say, like the dual LB20 build or any of those kind of Black Widow modifications, yeah, it's a pain of a mech to fight one-on-one. It is a really tough proposition to go up against this thing. Light Gauss rifle was different enough, as you could probably hear Sooty in the background this time, rather than Hebe as well. That makes a change. He's having a good old row session after breakfast this morning. So it was one of the reasons I picked it, was because it's the only version that carries a Gauss rifle by default. It's a common modification in MechWarrior Online. People will use obviously high-end pinpoint ballistics like this on builds like the Warhammer, mainly because the ballistics are quite high mounted, which is useful for being able to use some cover from the terrain but still being able to peek and shoot. The light Gauss works in pretty much the same way here. Obviously you get a better rate of fire for a trade-off of some reduced damage potential. This match I kept specifically. Now I'm not going to say that I did a particularly great job damage-wise in this map, but this map was interesting because it was a domination match that had a couple of little things. I want to get your opinion on this. So you can see that there's a Mauler who's way back there. He's a 6 AC2 build. Not uncommon, obviously. But you're in the middle of domination. This guy's got, not only has he got weight, he has an incredible amount of damage potential, because the 6 AC2s firing have bizarrely good hit reg in MechWarrior Online. PPCs are crap for hit reg. If you've used them, you know for a fact. Yes, I'm telling them such. You know for a fact that ER PPCs struggle to register sometimes. You can be hit by them, you can get the animation, but nothing actually shows as damage on your mech, or vice versa. You hit them and nothing shows. This is the same with AC20s, but AC2s fired in groupings of 4 or 6 do an incredible amount of damage very quickly, and obviously with virtually no heat. And he sat all the way back there at the edge of the map while the rest of the fight's going on. And obviously, being a domination map, you need to be in the circle. I'll spoil it now. He doesn't get to the circle during the entire match. So, in your opinion, dear viewer, was this a good tactic by the Mauler pilot, or was this a bad tactic by the Mauler pilot? It's because I'm honestly not sure, because his damage was obviously great. He will definitely pick. I think he picks up at least 2 kills, maybe more. So he pulls his weight in terms of DPS and being able to whittle the numbers. But near the end, where it counted, and he probably could have won the match for his team, in my opinion, should he have been moving toward the circle about halfway through, when most of his team were getting whittled down. There's also I think the other mech that's knocking him out as a stealth armor Phoenix Hawk, which is the only thing that stops her from ending too early. I've told them about the stealth Phoenix Hawk. She's round a little face up. I don't know what it is. She's taken over for Hebe for the day, I think. the bro is attempting to calm her wild heart at the moment. We're not sure how successful it's going to be. So, would I recommend this build? Oof, you know what? It's tough. I would say give it a go because it is pretty different for a Warhammer build. It's definitely a high heat one, and by the way, I have no idea how I survive. I pretty much cherry red CT. Somehow, I managed to survive so many shots at this point where any other match I would have been dead, but for some reason, I guess blessed protection from the Holy Warhammer, of course, I managed to survive. But I mean, I'd recommend any Warhammer build anyway. There's a small, tiny amount of bias that you might be able to pick up on, but I did like this one. It was quite fun. I guess maybe I could have got a better match, but I liked this recording because it had a couple of dynamics there that I'm sure people have encountered a bunch of times in domination matches. And what, is this a pet peeve of yours? Like, guys running around, oh, excuse me, guys running around in stealth armor, who obviously can't hold the point, but they don't want to expose their mech to being shot, so they want to kind of run around and just allow the point to be capped. And then you've also got the Mauler that is definitely doing well as far as MWO's main goal, which is cause damage, but as far as the objective is concerned, were they doing a particularly good job? I spent so long peeking and then running. How I survived that then? Because when CT gets hit again, I still live. I was just... Oh. Yep. Oh, Sutty's having a mad half hour. That's what's going on. Gone mental. Truly mental. It's a split one, this one. Warhammer, Sutty...
She's angry you're not talking about the Panther, her favourite mech.
Oh, we did the Panther Sut, so all the variants have been done. I'm sorry, missus. It's like all the cat-themed ones are done for now. I think it's the Mad Cat's after this one. Okay. But of course, it's also called the Timberwolf, so it might be a doggo. Ooh, it's controversial. So yeah, I mean, pretty much the rest of the match is creeping around trying to find this Phoenix Hawk and trying to keep an eye on this Mauler. Because to be honest, I thought my team was going to lose at this point because all the Phoenix Hawk player had to do was just find a corner and turn off his stealth armor and just sit there and make us come to him, or it was going to run down the timer. And if he had done that, I think the Mauler player would have been able to just walk into the circle. But as it turns out, the Phoenix Hawk player, I think, just kept running around in stealth and refused to hold the point, and we managed to get a lucky win on that one. So yeah, my damage potential's a bit low. I don't know if it showed it off, so I don't know. I did like it though because of the sort of unique aspects going around this map, what was happening with the enemy team, and how I think very easily they could have won, but it was due to a little bit of inactivity there for a couple of players. But that was that one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. You gonna say bye, Suts? Hey Suts, you wanna meow? You wanna meow at the microphone?
No.
Nah. Cheeky.
Now you've asked.
Now you ask. I'll always ask for the cats.